Welcome to an out-of-the-box playthrough video. Today I am looking at Jack, the PnP game. In this game you are a detective looking through the streets of London to try and find Jack the Ripper. This was recently on Kickstarter and I missed that, but the game developers have kindly sent me the PnP files in order for me to make this video. So the PnP itself is quite an easy build. It is the map of London, which I have laminated because I'm going to draw on it with a pen. There's some cards. So you're a detective, you are going through like the maze that is London, and you encounter different criminals. The criminals are a set of cards that are randomized in the game. Each criminal, let's just zoom one of these up, has a health, it has how much damage they do, how many turns you have to defeat them, and what kind of clue you've got. And the aim of defeating criminals is that you get clues. There's a clue card, and once you've got 3 clues, it gives you a location, and that is a location where Jack the Ripper is currently hiding, and you have to go and capture him. So in order to capture him, you have a couple of weapons. You've got your fists, you've got a boot, and you've got a gun. So you will need some dice, because you use the dice for combat. You'll need some health tokens that I use for the villains. The game itself also has some tokens that match the locations, because when you encounter a criminal, you don't have to necessarily fight them, you can fight them later. So you can tag them up so that you know where they are on the map. Also on the map, there are health that you can pick up as you go through them, and there are skill boxes that you can also collect. So the game itself ends when you run out of health or you've captured Jack the Ripper, and also you have a clock. And so each time you encounter a criminal or go over a line that you've already drawn, you use up one of these small segments of the clock. When the clock is full, that is game over. Every time you capture a criminal, you use up one of the big sectors of the clock, and they give you bonuses. And so you spend your first criminal you catch, you then get a +1. You can spend a skill point to get a +1 on a dice, and then as you capture more criminals, you can get re-rolls, and you can do dice flipping. So you could take a 1 and turn it to a 6, which is really handy. So there's kind of an incentive to capture more than the 3 that you need in order to find out where Jack the Ripper is. So let's start playing. That's probably the easiest way to see it go. So we get our criminal cards, we give them a bit of a shuffle, and they can go here. You start here, and it's a maze, and I'm gonna start here, and you basically just head off on your maze. Oh, I should have got health. You start with 4 health and 2 skill points. Okay, so we're going to head off. Oh, that was a bit of a wobbly start. Let's try that again. But I like this one because this one gets me a skill point. So I hit that. I can't use my skill points yet because I haven't unlocked it, but it'll be useful later. And then I'm going to go across the Tower Bridge, and I guess we'll head up in here and hit 6. So we hit a location, so we fill in one of the small segments because that's our clock, and we draw. And we get, oh, Mandy the Bloody. So she has got 4 health. She only does 1 damage, which isn't too bad, and I've got 2 turns. So the combat is in sets of turns, and each criminal has a different kind of threshold. So I get 2 goes to take her out. She's got 4 health. I'm going to try with a boot. Punching, you have to roll more than 6, and you do 1 damage. Boot, you have to roll more than 8 to 2 damage. Guns are very inaccurate. You have to roll 11 plus, but it does 4 damage, and you've got 6 bullets. So unless you want to have unless you've got a lot of skill points, guns are not good. So I'm going to try kick her. I've got 2 goes. I should be able to do it, he says, hopefully. Let's roll my dice. Oh, my first kick misses massively. So I'm going to kick again. You have to pick your attack before you roll your dice. Okay, so I got a 9, which is above 8, so I do 2 damage, which is good, but that was the end of my 2-turn cycle. So she will counterattack for 1, so I lose 1 health. And we'll start again. I'm going to kick her again. 10. Hey, so first one's always a bit tricky, but now I have unlocked. I like writing down here +1 to remind me that I can use a skill point for a +1 on any dice rolls in the future. She can go over there in my captured pile, and we circle 6 to show that that one is completed. And then we're off again. I'm going to head off on the side because I'm going to get some more health. Health is handy, and then you can kind of plan ahead and you can kind of get analysis paralysis if you like, but I kind of like just picking a path and seeing where we end up. Okay, we ended up here at 4, which is fine. We've got, I have to mark off a small segment. Time ticks away, and this is Colonel Peabody, 4 health. Also only does 1 damage, so I'm not too stressed, and I've got 3 turns. So again, I'm going to go kicking. That's an 8. So that's 2. And I've got 3 turns for my first round, and then I get an 11. That would have been a great shot. So he's toast as well. So I unlock a big segment, and it'd be really good to get to that reroll, because particularly when you start getting some of the harder criminals, you really do need the gun. Okay, so then you start placing these in chronological order. So technically, I guess I could look and see that I know that Jack's probably going to be in 6, but it does depend on what else I pull out. But I still have to find someone that has a knife as a clue, because I have to have 3 clues before I can go for it. I'm going to go up, so we've done that one, and I'm going to go up here because that gets me another skill point, and I'm going to go right firing off here, and we hit to 3. Oh, Mickey. So he's got 6. Oh, I've got to fill in another one of the clocks, and I could go, well, maybe I'll leave him. I could avoid him. I just put a 6. No, where is he? He's at 3, isn't he? So we can stick him to the side and say, I don't know, 6 health is quite a lot. I think I'll leave that one. Last time I took out lots of criminals and it came back to bite me. So I'm going to go down here because that will give me more health. And why don't I follow this through and see who we get? Our Big Ben. Oh, that's better. Lord Dodgerman. He's only got 3 health. So we knock out another clock. See, time's ticking away. And as you fill up more of your maze, when you do find Jack, if you have to go over a line that you've already done, that costs you an extra line. But he's only got 3 health, and I get 2 goes, so he should be easy. Let's give him a kick. And he's got the knife that I need. Oh, so I get 7, but I need an 8 to kick. So I'm going to use a skill point. That will knock that to an 8. So that gets that done. Then I'm just going to punch him, because then I only need a 6 with 2 dice. It should be easy. I get 7. He's then gone. I get to unlock the re-rolls. So I put a little symbol down here just to remind me. We tag that. And now I have got my 3 clues. So I've got, what's that, paper, buttons, and a knife. I could probably fire, actually. Fire, buttons, and a knife. So we know that Jack is at 6, which is over there. So that's quite a way to go. But let's see if we can get there. I kind of want to avoid other criminals. So we'll have another health. Now we're maxed up on our health, which is going to be handy. And we're going to carry on. I've got to get to 6. I'll go through there. We'll draw at 5 and see who it is. The butcher. Yeah, I'm going to ignore the butcher. And because I want to get to the end. Oh, see, I've just done it wrong. And now I'm going to have to go across a line that I've already done. So that's another segment gone. and then Jack is here, and I get another segment gone. So not too bad, because it only cost me an extra segment. But he has got 6 health. And let's see if we can do it with a gun. Let's fire our pistol. We've got to get an 11. It's 8. Oh, I just need to get 11 plus. 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to do that. I'm going to burn through all my skill points, because that does 4 damage. Last time he killed me. So and then I've only got another turn, so I'm going to kick him. If I can succeed, I will win. But I get 5, so I don't succeed. And I've got no more skill points, so I can't change the dice, no re-rolls. He's going to do 3 damage. Now I've got 2 more turns. I could go for a kick, but I'm going to go the easy way. I'm going to go and punch him. Let's get into a good old fist fight. I've got to get a 6. We got 7, so that's 1. And my last turn, it's do or die. If I don't get a 6, I am... Oh, so close. I get a 6. So I do my last punch, knock him out, and I win. If I had got under a 6 there, he would have done 3 damage, and I would have been knocked unconscious, and who knows what would have happened. So I did it pretty fast, and I was very lucky with my gun. Anyway, there we go. And because you can do different paths as you work out different things, and there's a randomization in the criminals, there's lots of replayability. And of course, since you've got dice, you never know what's going to happen. And you know, I kind of maxed out my health. Great little print and play. So that is Jack. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe and like.